After robbing the mint, this gang of thieves didn't even try to escape. They actually called the police themselves, squared off, and waited for the cops to show up. The hostages nearby were stunned. They'd never seen such arrogant robbers. Turns out their goal wasn't to steal money at all. They were printing it right there in the mint. Tokyo and Rio rushed out of the building with 2 bags of cash, engaged in a shootout with the police, then dropped the backpacks and retreated back inside. They were just putting on a show. They wanted the police to think they were trapped like rats. That way, they could brazenly use the hostages as leverage to stand off with the cops while secretly printing money. They could crank out 8 million euros an hour, so the longer the standoff, the better. Truly, time is money. Nairobi, the counterfeit expert, rounded up the mint's employees and had them working 24/7 at full capacity. These bills had no tracking marks. Every single one was real, spendable cash. Watching the money pour in like water, the heist team was over the moon. On the other side, Moscow gathered a few hostages and started digging an escape tunnel. All surveillance cameras and signals in the building were jammed, so the police outside had no idea what was going on inside. But when they found out Lam, the British ambassador's daughter, was among the hostages, they planned to launch a full-scale assault before the news got out. But the professor, who was directing everything remotely, had a plan. He told all the hostages to put on the same red outfits as the thieves and put on masks, then stand with the gang at the front door to face the police. When the SWAT team looked through the peephole, they were instantly shocked by the sight. The robbers also had Lam call the police, telling them a forced assault would only get the hostages killed. If the ambassador's daughter died, it would blow up into an international incident. The police had no choice but to call off the attack. Agent Kim, the lead commander, called the robbers. On the other end was the professor, using a voice changer. Instead of negotiating terms, he casually asked what she was wearing. The rescue plan hit a wall, so Agent Kim went to a bar to drown her sorrows. She tried to call her family, but her phone died. Suddenly, a man behind her offered a helping hand. The professor handed her his own phone. It was outrageous. Agent Kim never would have guessed that the robber who'd stumped her was standing right in front of her. The professor even struck up a conversation, casually prying for info on the police's personnel and deployment. The next day, the professor waited for her at a nearby cafe. Gradually, Agent Kim started to get suspicious and slammed him down on the table. She'd mistaken him for a journalist digging for dirt. But the cafe owner vouched for him, saying he'd been coming in every day for a year. The professor had gone to great lengths. He'd started planning this chance encounter with Agent Kim a year earlier. Agent Kim let her guard down, and before long, the two became good friends.